Hello everyone and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing a May birthstone design featuring the emerald. To get started, I'm using Sally Hensen's Miracle Gel color Jealous Boyfriend, and I'm going to be applying one thick coat on each nail. I like this nail polish because the coverage on this is fairly well. As you can see here, it only requires the one layer. And you just have to apply it on thick to avoid brush stroke marks. However, this nail polish is, I think, a little bit more than half empty. And I tend to find that regular nail polishes, the lower the nail polish is, it gets thicker over time, which would require a thicker application to avoid these brush strokes. So just keep that in mind. So for this design, I'm aiming towards an emerald look. So I was debating between this color and a white backdrop, and this color won out. And mind you, like, I'm debating this like fairly quickly as I'm setting up my desk. I had the white and this color out, and I'm thinking and thinking and thinking in a short span of time, like which color I should choose. So now I'm taking Gummy Jelly and Shiny by ENail Couture, and I'm laying down a layer of each to do my typical pinky nail coverage of the birthstone. And I'm just taking some green rhinestones here and applying this. So this is actually a dark color application. So really what you see here is as best I can get it in the light. The emerald color is just so rich in these rhinestones that it's really hard to see these colors pop. But when I finish this pinky nail, it's very the color is very vivid to where, oh, that's emerald green. And I really love that. I mean, I'm a fan of green colors, so applying these rhinestones was a favorite of mine. I love the deep, rich green color, so and I think when I think of emerald green, I'm thinking like Wizard of Oz, Emerald City, and this pinky nail itself is just the epitome of Emerald City, because the whole nail is made of emerald. So I like this. As in all my birthstone designs, the pinky nail is usually the nail that has it's usually decked out with the birthstone. So I really love this one out of all the ones that I've done so far. If you'd like to reference my birthstone nail videos, I do have a playlist specifically just for the birthstone videos. So, and I'll put that in the end of of this one for you to just click ahead and to watch. It's amazing how many rhinestones you can fit on such a small nail. I'm just making sure that every little bit fits. So after curing that, I'm just taking a lint-free wipe and some nail cleanser just to remove some of the wax pencil residue. This new one that I got, it just kind of crumbles on its own, so I have to remove that off the rhinestones. So here I had lined my nail with some clear tape to make a pointy tip shape, and I'm using some matte gel to cover, and I'm taking these gold foil pieces to apply as accents, and as you can see here, I'm crumpling up the pieces just to break down the edges a bit, so it's not so rigid. And as I'm speaking, apologize. Like I sound like, I feel like my voice is cracking. I don't know, my voice, it just does weird things. So after curing that, I'm just gonna clean off the sticky residue, and I applied another coat, a matte coat on top of this, cured it, and nail cleansed it again. And now I'm just taking some of this Shany striping polish, and I loved it because the glitter on here just speaks emerald green, and I'm just going to line this tip with it. So moving on to my next nail, I taped it on a bias, and I am applying the same matte gel with the gold leaf. And again, we're just going to scrunch it up to break down the harsh edges to make it look more organic. And we're just going to randomly place this all over the nail. And I found this tweezer tool to be so helpful in that. And just giving it an extra pat down as I'm scrunching this up, it's lifting off the nail. So I want to just make sure that these pieces stay on there. I'm ripping off the tape. And I had cured that. Wow, that was some really smooth editing, and I probably didn't put the transition there, but I cured it, and then I put another layer of matte top coat on there and cured it again. And now I'm applying the Shany striping polish to line this bias. That was pretty insane. That was a very smooth transition. Usually you can tell in my videos that I took a break in the video based on, like, because my hands move all over the place, so you couldn't tell just then. But yeah, I definitely cured that. But yeah, so I'm doing the same thing on this nail. I put tape on a bias going in the opposite direction, put down a layer of the matte top coat, and I'm applying the gold leaf, breaking it down, breaking the edges down, cured it, wiping it with the nail cleanser and lint-free wipe, applying another layer of matte gel polish, and we're going to cure this again. I thought that the matte gel polish would dull the gold leaf, and it didn't, so I'm happy with that, because I was like, oh, how am I going to seal this in without removing the matte top coat, I was thinking, oh, maybe I have to take a detail brush and put regular clear top coat on the foil parts to avoid messing up my matte top coat, but I just applied the whole matte top coat on the whole thing, and it didn't lose the integrity of the gold leaf, so that's good. So moving on to the thumbnail, I'm taking some gummy jelly and Shiny, and I'm going to lay down a fine strip, as you can see here, and I'm putting a decent amount of thickness to this line, so when we lay down the nail decals and rhinestones, it'll sink into this goop and will adhere fairly well. So as you can see here, I'm taking these gold pieces and I'm just sinking them down into this line right now, and I'm alternating with the emerald green rhinestone. So I find this one of my favorite birthstone designs because it's fairly subtle, but the design is prominent enough to make a statement. So I really like that. And I'm really happy choosing the Jealous Boyfriend color in the background because I think it complements the stones very well. I think if I did the white, it would look too choppy. And I couldn't, I was sitting there thinking, real quick, oh, if I put white, it'll be too choppy. What other color could I possibly put in the background that won't take over this subtle look of the emerald? So, I was like, oh, it couldn't be gray, or could it be gray? I don't know. And then I was like, okay, let's just stick with this green, Jealous Boyfriend color. So after curing that, I'm giving a lint-free wipe and nail cleanser to it to remove the wax residue on there. And now I'm just going to go in with my gummy jelly and Shiny, and we're going to put a line alongside the emerald stripe that we did on each nail, because we are going to accent each line with a row of emeralds, as you can see here. Giving that a cure, moving on to the next nail, doing the same technique of applying the gummy jelly and Shiny. Moving on to the last nail. And I love how these emerald looking rhinestones tie all the nails together as they're on each nail. And really there's not one repeated design. Each nail has its own design and makes each nail unique. We're gonna finish up this row with the rhinestones. As you can see, that wax pencil is left on there after giving this cure. I'm going to have to wipe it off with the nail cleanser and lint-free wipe. And then I'm going to go back in to each of those 3 nails, and we're going to line the other side of these rhinestones with this green glitter Shany striping polish. And against this matte top coat, it looks so good. It's because it's glittery and shiny. It's more prominent on this matte top coat. I love the contrast. I definitely ended up using a detail brush rather than the striping nail polish brush because I found it to still be a little too bulky to make a nice thin stripe. So you definitely want to invest in some detail brushes in order to make these fine line designs on your nails. I'm just checking to see if this is giving a nice bold strip. This is regular nail polish. After it dries, we're going to apply a top coat on top of that to seal it in. But I'm going to take a little bit more of this gummy jelly and shiny, and we're going to add some accent rhinestones to the tips of the nail. I felt that maybe just the bare matte nail was a little too boring. So I'm just going to apply these little guys on there. After giving that a cure, I'm going back in with my clear top coat to cover the Shany striping nail polish. Now, normally I would give this a full cure before putting a top coat over it and curing it, because if you put it on while it's still wet, it'll shrink up and create these lines on your nail polish. But since this is just a fine strip and the glitter breaks down any solid coloring anyway, I'm fine with applying a top coat and curing on top of it before having it dry completely. And as you can see, it's just so fine line that you can't even tell it's there, to be honest. So after curing that, I'm just going to take a lint-free wipe to it to remove any sticky residue and wax pencil marks. And I'm now going in with my Nourish cuticle oil, applying that to each nail. My nails are so super dry, so I want to put a little extra, and I'm going to rub this in. This does lose the integrity of your matte top coat, so after I did this, I took a nail cleanser and lint-free wipe, and I did wipe over the nail one last time to remove the oils. And this is the end result of my May Birthstone design featuring the emerald. It's so nice and so subtle. I love the gold with the green. And here is my close-up. It's so elegant. And so there you have it. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.